And welcome back from the break as we're ready to dive into the next round where we'll have to talk next here about the Jets. The Jets, the 0-7 Jets, able to
Yeah, get
get
their first
away
win of the
from,
year.
not joining the Browns, Lions, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a fully defeated season and able to pull out
Jets
the
just can't do
win they're
anything
just
right, man.
needed. No, they can't.
uh, but
So,
yeah, that was a
Jeff,
crazy game, Jeff.
Jeff, we give you the floor.
So obviously the season is an inexcusable loss, and I'll say go ahead and put in the towel on this season. When you give up 39 points to the Jets, you have
Hmm.
two separate occasions where you're up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and you blow the game. There's just no
Yeah,
excuse
mighty
for it.
Joe Flacco leading you
And
to
you
that.
wasted
Yeah,
a great performance. And
yeah,
to
and he
me,
may be injured a little bit too.
this goes beyond season ending. Though I think this is a franchise changing loss because you have you lose to the worst team in the league in the Jets. You don't have an NFL defense which takes years to rebuild. You've relied on rookies and inexperience the entire season, and you thought that was good enough in the offseason to work. You've drafted busts on the defensive side of the ball. You've had 9 top 100 picks that have frankly not panned out at all, with the exception of Logan Wilson, who you just benched in favor of a rookie that you
Yep.
drafted this season. Um, and again, what makes this even worse is if Joe Burrow was in the game, who the hell cares? You put up 38 points. You put up 38 fucking points against the Jets. 38 points should win the game. And and for the first time all time this year, you finally had a running game where you averaged 7.9 yards per carry. P. Ryan had a great game. Chase Brown had a great game, and you wasted that performance. And I think you have one of the worst coaching staffs in the league as well. I think, particularly at the end of the game, when it was 2nd and 9, or what, it was 2nd and 10, and you run the ball.
Yeah.
How do you run the ball when you're trying to come back and win a game, and then that just wasted a play, wasted a timeout, and then on third down, Flacco was pressured, had to throw the ball away, and then the final play was a pass that would have been short of the first down line marker anyway. Um,
Yeah, those play calling on that last drive were absolutely atrocious.
and
Like even
Lou
the third down
Anarumo
afterward, it looked like they were trying to go for a home run hit instead of just, oh hey, let's get the first down. You need a field goal to win this game.
Lou Anarumo was deemed to be the scapegoat of this. We fired the defensive coordinator. He was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Clearly, he wasn't the problem. And somehow they're even worse than they were last season. And you're going to have 3 straight seasons of not making the playoffs and 3 wasted seasons in a row of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Now, Joe Burrow's missed a bunch of those first. He's going to miss a bunch of this year, and he missed a lot of 2023. But again, you're just wasting franchise talent that you paid a whole hell of a lot of money for. And now, look, I know it's not Zach Taylor's forte on the defensive side of the ball. He'd tell you he's the offensive guy, but at some point the buck stops somewhere. He's the head coach of this team. He's got to figure out something on this defense. Just
Hmm.
because you call the plays and your offense first, responsibility still falls on you too to make some sort of cure for the defense. Defense had a players-only meeting on Monday after the game. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to do, considering they're simply not good enough at this point. They don't have the experience. They frankly don't have the talent. And it's going to be a very, very long season where you're going to, I think, get some great offensive performances and but still come up short. And we
So
talked about
basically Cowboys 2.0.
Right. And we talked about how the Cowboys had to play perfect to win games like this. The Bengals played perfect on offense, and yet you still lost to the worst team in the league. You gave up 505 yards, including 254 on the ground. Also, another stat on this Bengal team, just to give you an idea of how horrible the defense is. 81 missed tackles on the year. The second worst is 56 by Washington.
Wow.
Yep.
That's how horrible this defense is. This defense is last in every single meaningful category this season. And so it's going to get worse before it gets better. And you had you're against obviously, I said ad nauseum, one of the worst teams in the league. You were against literally the worst offensive line in the league, and you had no sacks and one quarterback hit, which was from your corner, by the way, Cam Taylor-Britt. The Bengals had no pass rush whatsoever. And then what was icing on the cake is the last touchdown they give up is a halfback pass by Breece Hall for a touchdown. So,
yep.
I am so done.
Yeah, I honestly think this could be
done.
definitely throw in the towel type of loss. I mean, you were hoping to just stay afloat till Burrow got in there, but I mean, like you said, you got 38 points from Flacco. What's the difference between Burrow and Flacco right now, as far as the greatness and offensive total points that you can put up in a game? And that defense is just gonna
throw it up to number one. I could go out there and throw it up to Jamar Chase, and he'd make me look like
they did it in the first half pretty well, but that second half, the Jets kind of walled him off.
Yeah, and they walled off T. Higgins with the exception of that one touchdown, because T. Higgins only had one catch. But let's not be mistaken.
Better than Quentin Johnson for my fantasy team with his no-show.
But it's just depressing even to look to next week. I mean, could the Bengals win? They had the Bears at home. The Bears just came off, and we'll touch on this game here shortly, losing to the Ravens 30-16 in a pretty terrible performance by Caleb Williams. I don't see how you can pick the Bengals to win any game at this point.
Because Swift would look pretty good. I mean, granted, we'll get into it more in the Ravens game, but the Bears, like who they beat before they got to the Ravens, wasn't necessarily noteworthy on the defensive side of the ball by any means, or offensive side of the ball.
Dallas being one of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, same time, this could be a get-right game as far as their offense goes. So it's going to be a shootout, and that's just going to be the year the Bengals are going to have.
Yeah.
The one thing you got is that, you do have Flacco back there, which don't hate on the old guy. Hey, he's got experience.
Props to him. He's doing it.
And he's doing his thing. So I think, on the season, there's not a lot of hope there, but in every game, I still think you have a chance, at least a chance with Flacco still there, as long as he stays healthy. If he gets injured, you go back to Browning. Yeah, I think you're cooked. But if you've got Flacco, I think you still have a chance at that time.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the chance to be competitive in games. Ultimately, it's just.
I did say a lot of the Jet fans are pissed though about the win.
Oh, for
This.
draft purposes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
draft purposes. They're like typical Jets. You're gonna lose out on the number 1 draft pick because you have to win some
Like
dumb
I said,
game.
they
against the
can't do
Bengals.
everything right. They can't
Oh.
do anything right.
But all right, I guess we'll go
Yeah.
ahead and take
Yes,
a.
the Jets currently have the 2nd pick in the draft.
Well, once again, screwed up their draft pick. I had the number 1 right before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There's still time for their season.
Jets will find any way to ruin anything. That's why I can't let my children be fans of them.
Yep.
And speaking of the Jets, have you all? I'm sure everybody's seen it. The Jets kid that's now going viral of how he hates the team.
No,
Oh,
I haven't
no.
seen him yet.
Okay, so there's a viral video going out. It's been sent around, and it is the epitome of being a Jets fan. The kid comes up and they ask him after the game, "Hey, what'd you think about the game?" And he goes, "I hate this team. I was born into this. I'll always be a Jets fan. That's just who I am. They'll always be my team, but I hate this team." And he walks out. And in his eyes, he had the trauma of someone who's been through, a very traumatic, like he had PTSD from this team is what he did. And like my wife's family, a lot of them are Jets fans. They are Giant fans and some Eagle fans mixed in there too. But a good majority of them are Jet fans. And they all agree. They're like, wow, he looks like he's been through a couple tours. Like he's seen some things. And this kid just being born to a Jets fandom, and it's something I'm trying to keep my boys from. Although Cowboys fandom isn't too much better.
Not right now, at least, for sure.
No.
But we'll go ahead and.
How old was the kid?
Oh, he was like 16, 17.
Oh.
Yeah.
He can't even remember Sanchez. He can't even remember the butt fumble.
No, the butt fumble. I remember watching the butt fumble live. It was a great game. Right after Cowboys Thanksgiving game that was at. Anyway, it's a story for another time. We'll go ahead and take a quick break right here. We'll be right back here for the next round.